Hey, we're live. What's up, everyone? It is music night. Very much a music night, and it turned into Pittsburgh month on this channel, which is pretty cool because I'm from here. What's up, everyone? You know, you early birds get waves. Did you know that? Look at that. We're going to have some music talk before our musical guest. Even though it sounds like someone's going to perform, they're not. It's just a country artist from Pittsburgh. It sounds kind of funny saying it, but it's working. It's making it work. Yo, what up? I really enjoy seeing all you guys because I don't know anyone in here. That is when you know you're doing something right and you have a couple followers and they want to check your shit out. So I appreciate you guys rolling through. Get this shit off my camera. And now I think my ring light's going. It's going light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. If you don't have a ring camera and you're on Instagram, you're fucking up. This thing's the best. It's the best. What's up, early birds? See, this is why I do this. I get in here early, let you guys come in, hang out, say what's up. Where's everybody from, by the way? And then we give our guests time, in case they're running late, in case they're running early. Just kind of chill, talk music. You can see these people behind me. Got some Pittsburgh shit going on here. There's some Wiz, some Alistair in Pittsburgh, Social D when they came to Pittsburgh, some Green Day. If you don't know the Horror Pops, you gotta check them out. I think down there is Gimme Gimmes. Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. And if you don't know, go check out Inspired by Spirits. With that, check out Dr. Tumbletea's Storyville Lounge. There she is. Megan, how are you? There's the whole fam curled up in bed, looking at my muck. Good, it's better be. I'll tell you right now. Better be. I'm waiting for a cut. There he is. Your wife beat you, just so you know that. And she commented before you, so. Yep, you stink. Hola. I really was about to try to speak Spanish, and I don't remember anything, apparently. Key words, which is probably really insulting. If you're Spanish speaking, is the first language especially, and someone's just like, hola, ¿puedo ir al baño? Yeah, you better be on the couch. You snuggling up? I'm sure it's really cold down there. Summers of Virginia are, oof. Yeah, chilly Billy. So Josh, we're doing a musical episode today. Not musical like you're thinking, but music themed. So I sat in front of the wall. And guys watching already, if you're on a phone, down at the bottom, there's a little question mark in a bubble. This thing will tell me if you submitted a question. And I'll probably say it on here and answer it. And should we talk about the dog? No. Unless, Josh, you're telling me how the dog is doing laps outside right now. We don't need to talk about it. You had viewers worried, apparently, enough to comment. Yeah, hopefully the dog's okay, and man, good, he's great. Now we can joke about it, because if he wasn't great, it's not funny. But since he's great, man, what a buzzkill that was. San Bruno. Where is San Bruno? I don't know where San Bruno is. Hey Siri, where's San Bruno? Oh, I can't, I'm live. Anyway. Yeah, Josh, I really appreciate you being my guinea pig for a lot of this. And, boy, that sucked. That was a terrible idea to just... I think it was a terrible idea for me to assume you were in a good place. And it was a terrible idea for you to pick up. For you to just be like, yo, this sucks. Hope you guys are having a great night. We're worried about my dog. Because, you know, we don't care about people. Dogs, whole different story. Cats, too. I'm not a cat guy, but... household animals, we'll put it that way. I don't care if it's a bird or whatever. But yeah, people can piss off. Don't look at my dog, though. Here's one for you. I have a Great Dane, and strangers will say, we'll be walking the dog. I remember the first time this happened. We're having an ice cream. The dog, too. Summertime. I think it was like maybe a 4th of July fair or street fair or something. We're stop at a Dairy Queen that's on the main drag. We're all literally eating ice cream cones, I swear, wearing like red, white, and blue. And some old man comes up and goes, shame they don't live that long. So let me tell everyone out there who either doesn't have a dog or maybe they have a dog that's supposed to live 15 years. Don't say to someone to their face, it's a bummer how your dog's going to die soon. I can't believe I have to put that into words, but it's the truth. And it's happened a bunch. If I meet someone and we start talking and they ask about a pet or a dog or anything, I say Great Dane. This has happened many, many times. 15 times. And I had to lay into that poor old man who wanted to talk shit on my dog's age. And I literally told him, I'm just glad she'll outlive you. Because he was like 90. And I feel no remorse. It's a really stupid thing to say. Imagine someone saying that about your kid. Oh, shame your kid's gonna die. You don't want to hear that shit. Yeah, it is fucked up. And I love my dog. My dog's the shit. And now she's chilling. She's like 6 or 7, so she's really chilling out, loving everything. But anyway, this dog talk is because of you, Josh. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I don't recognize a lot of the names from last week. You should go back to last week's episode where I sprung on my friend Josh here. I wanted to try something different, so I just decided while we're waiting for people to come in that I would just bring them into the conversation. I'm just going to boop, split the screen. Let's see if this is a cool thing on the fly. Just bring people in, start talking. And Josh shared that he was scared for his dog's future in that moment. And now that the dog is okay, I can share that it was a real buzzkill. Really sucked all the energy out of the podcast. And it was like an art-themed episode. We had an artist on, and yeah. I'm talking about my Dane, Josh. You know it. Oh, yeah. All right, well, we're not going to wait. I see my dude is on here. Let's grab this dude. I think it's as easy as... Wait, I always do the wrong one first. Give me a second there. Bear with. Dead air. It's a bummer. You can't see that I'm typing and I'm actually doing something. Should be as simple as clicking it. There it is. Yeah.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Real good. I sat in front of my music wall
I
for
like
tonight.
it. You know what? Mine's getting designed right now, so I'm just in our office/bedroom. So we're good to go.
Nice. Good. And it looks like the air is flowing in that room by
Oh
the
yeah.
looks of that fan.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Hot Pittsburgh today.
Oh man, especially with all that smoke too. It's just been a
Yeah, so
pain in the
I'm
ass.
I'm out of the loop. So that happened like a week ago too, where it was really bad, and then
Yeah.
again, yesterday was a joke, and then today was still pretty bad.
Yeah.
Where is it burning? Is it New York?
I think no, up in Canada. As
Still.
far
Oh my
as
God.
far as I know, I have no idea, but
Yeah.
that's what I've been told. So yeah.
I couldn't believe it was that bad, even if it was New York, even if it was Ohio, that it travels that far. And it coated, we were in, you know where we're at, we're up in Wexford.
Sure.
I mean, we could not barely, but it was tough to see the hospital, which is 100 yards in front of you.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like, oh, just it's Pittsburgh. We have poor air all the time. And the chick there was like, no, it's because there's a fire north of us. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think that's it. I think it's just Pittsburgh weather. She's like, no, there's a gigantic series of fires. But so, hey, man, tell everybody who you are.
Yeah. Hey guys, and also thanks for having me, man. I truly
Yeah.
appreciate it. This is really cool. I don't get to do this enough as much as I'd like to. But my name's Christian Beck, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, from around the area. Grew up here in Beaver County. Graduated from Freedom Area High School all the way back in 2011. Just turned 30 a couple weeks ago, and just still kicking the music thing, man. Still trying to get the name out there. plain and simple. You know, I got a great group of guys, and I've gotten to play with a lot of musicians over the last 10 years, and I'm very thankful for all of them. But I can honestly say these guys I'm playing with right now it's something special. Um, it's been amazing to share the stage with them. It's been amazing to collaborate, to get onto the creative juice flowing in a room. These guys are the best I've ever gotten to be a part of.
Nice.
So I'm very
How did
lucky.
you
So.
how did you end up starting?
Well, I went off to college, which was just a horrible idea.
What
Right
a waste.
just right after high school. I just wasn't ready. I wanted to do music, so went up to IUP for a year and did pretty well. Just something was missing, so I come back home and mom was, why don't you do community college? All right, sure, I'll do community college. I think I stepped foot on campus twice out of the whole
Yeah,
semester
right.
because I just was home. I wanted to do music. I wasn't focused, and
And why does it feel like community college is really easy not to go? Because I did the same thing. I did
think
community straight out of the gate, and it
you
was
have
like,
to drive there. Yeah, like you're not on campus. You got to drive.
right, yeah.
So,
Like I don't feel like I'd go there and be in my car,
yeah.
and I can remember vividly. I'm gonna wait till the whole Ramones CD's done. Then I'll think about going in, and then finish. And I'm like, but now I'm hungry, and I didn't see my buddy's Mustang pull up yet. I don't know if he's even here today. I'm just gonna go back home. Just like 2 hours of sitting in the parking lot and then leaving.
That's exactly it, man.
You have you know what? I do have to promote this tonight. So without trying, I turned this month into Pittsburgh month. We had Jeremy Raymer on last week, Pittsburgh artist. I got you today, and this is my buddy Jesse, and I saw he just joined. What's up, Jess? And this is his, I can't even call it a store. He's on next week. I'm going to let him do a lot of the explaining. He goes way hard. It's way bigger than a store. There's a lot of cool moving parts involved, and he's a branding guy. So it's just like he built a temple. We'll put it that way.
Nice. Heck yeah, man. That's
great. So who were some of your biggest influences, man?
Oh man, I have to narrow them down. I mean, growing up, definitely was raised on the classic rock for sure. If it was Bruce Springsteen, Bob Seger is a huge for me. John Mellencamp. But as of like right now, I definitely I idolize Eric Church and Jason Aldean and those guys. I've always looked up to them. Even not as a more so of a singer, but as an entertainer. Always used to go on YouTube and check out their live shows and just kind of, I say mimic because I don't want to sound like I'm stealing their stuff, but just
I get it.
Make some of my own and I've always loved to be on stage. It didn't matter if I was in high school to what we're doing now, because I used to do high school musicals back in the day, and it was just it's a different type of energy that I get. Like I feel at home when we're on stage, and it just definitely now the Jason Aldean, the Eric Church, Chris Stapleton for sure, because the guy's voice is just unbelievable, and it's one of those he could sing me to sleep every night. That's for sure.
Yeah, I totally get what you're talking about mimicking. I used to sing in a band, and every time I heard of someone showed me a new band, it would be like, "Oh, cool!" We listening, and I'm gonna go to YouTube and just start taking notes.
Yeah.
And my favorite one is, if you've ever heard of Foxy Shazam, really weird, eccentric.
Yeah.
Can't forget the name. They have a couple mainstream hits, but a lot of their stuff's really cool and weird. And they come and they play like Spirit, and there might be like 100 of us, but everybody's singing every word. It's one of those really cool shows. But this guy, I don't know if he thought he was Freddie Mercury in a different life, but he didn't take his moves. It was just like the same, all over the place, like a skinny, wiry guy, high pitched, all over the place. But when he was earlier on, he would do like James Brown stuff with the microphone stand. It'd either be like weird dances with his shoes off, or like really cool, like old school Motown moves. And my buddy showed me the band, and we were watching a couple videos, and there's one, I think it's called Dangerous Man, if anybody wants to look it up. Okay. And they're in like a school gym, really weird and eclectic. He's doing these funky dance moves, but then it's this breakdown, and he drops the microphone stand on his toes, and he twirls it around his feet and kicks it back up. And I looked at my buddy, who's not a musician at all, my buddy John. We're like, let's go. And we took 2 hockey sticks to the street. And I'm just like, wait a minute. How? Bring it back up. Bring it back up. And we're just like, I don't know. Oh, it starts with the right. Oh, and I did it. I did it live, man. I had to.
Yeah, right.
I think I did it once. And I'm like, that's not really working for me. But I'm like,
right.
You're totally right. You're like, all right. Or even like, I got a Green Day back here.
Nice.
Billy Joe standing on like a riser because he brought someone on stage and they were taller than him, but he wanted to do this thing where he's like blessing their head.
Right.
It would look stupid if he's reaching up, and I watched him just grab a little or monitor a riser and stood on top, and I'm like, that's a really good idea. Like to get height over the crowd, and it makes sense. Like taking notes from the greats. I mean, they're doing it professionally. Why can't we take notes?
Right. Exactly. And that's kind of just what I've done over the years, man. I really have. It's been awesome. It's been a lot of fun. It's been more than I've ever dreamed of doing, to be honest with you. I when this all started when I was 19 years old, I just, what the hell? Let's give it a shot. And I've gotten to play some awesome venues in front of a lot of people, opening up for some big artists, and to be able to do one of those one time in my life, it would have been awesome, but to be able to do it multiple times has been just a blessing. And it's just being 30 now, just turning 30, doing this for the last 11 years, it never gets old.
Oh yeah,
it doesn't. Like you love being on stage, you love performing with the guys and sharing that energy, even if it's a private event to a club, especially like a Jurgles.
Oh yeah.
Last time I don't think we've ever, at least myself, have ever had that many people come to one of our Jurgle shows. It was just a great turnout, and we've had a lot of support, and including myself over the last 11 years. The support has just been unbelievable, and I couldn't thank all my family and friends enough to come out to as many shows as they can. Life gets in the way, and so they come as many as they can, as much as they can, and it's just been awesome, man. I
remember that grind. It's like you can't get everybody there every time,
right?
But you're like, okay, well this is the big one. All right, there's gonna be a million people. You don't have to come to that one because it's gonna be packed. Right. But I'm doing like a solo thing, where it's just like me. I need you for that one because it's far out there. I need you to make the drive, or
Yeah.
But I made the joke. Right. I made the joke before we got on. I'm like, country in Pittsburgh? Do you ever, I never knew that was a thing until I go to I go north. I go up to Zilly or like Butler for work, and I'm like, oh, well, this is country. I'm in the country right now, and I'm an hour and a half outside of Pittsburgh almost.
And country's kind of, it's definitely popular in Pittsburgh. There's a lot of country bands around here. We have just noticed when we go out of town, especially like this coming weekend, we're in Zanesville, Ohio, at this campground called Lazy Acres.
Yeah.
If anybody that's on here listening, and dude, you have to go. You have to try it. It is the most incredible campground I've ever seen. The stage, the pyrotechnics they have, the lighting, it's just, you don't think it's campground.
Nice.
There's thousands of people there, and we're super excited to do that. But it just seems like we go to Ohio, and then the following weekend, the 28th and 29th, we drop down into Kentucky and Tennessee, and it's like you're getting into those southern states that they live, breathe country music, and it's just you miss home, right? Because home is just where all your family and friends are. They come and support you. Country rocks up here in Pittsburgh and the PA area, but then you get down south and it's like a completely different
madhouse.
Yeah. I mean, they live for live music.
I got a ton of family in Nashville, or outside of Nashville.
Nice.
So I've been going there since they moved when I was a kid. So once I hit like 21, 22, my cousins and I were close to the same age. I'm like, I'm going down. And then it was like, what is this? That was like, I was in a ska band and then finding metal.
Yeah.
And then I go down and it's just all country everywhere. And I'm like, I don't know. This is all right. And
Right.
I started going like once a month. You know, I was
Yeah.
younger. There was times I wasn't in school at certain points. So I'm like, I'm
Sure.
just going. I
Sure.
go down and stay with them and hang and spend like a weekend or a long weekend or something. And it
Mm.
was wild, man. And then I mentioned to you, my uncle was higher up down there back in the day.
Right.
And then
Right.
it'd be like, oh, well, I'm coming up to Pittsburgh. I'm like, oh, cool. He's like, well, I want to
Yeah.
bring up this band that I'm trying to like move around a little bit, have them play
Yeah.
outside of their comfort zone. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to be really into it, but I want to see you guys. He's like, oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Just,
Right.
well,
Right. Right.
come
Right.
get me. I'll just give, your cousin a pass. Just meet him in the lobby, come to the seats. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Heck yeah.
So the best example was it AJ Palumbo maybe years and years ago.
Mm.
And I put on my cowboy hat. I'm like, let's go.
No.
When in Rome, I'll go. I have one. I had a leather jacket. I kind of looked like a weird Logan from X-Men. I don't know. It didn't work. And find my cousin. We go to the seats. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, we're all talking before the band goes on. Opener goes on. It was good. I'm like, so who's this band? He's like, oh, Little Big Town.
No.
I was
No
like,
way.
don't know who that is. But he's like, well, no one does yet. I'm like, all right, cool. So we watch him, and I'm like, it
Wow.
was awesome. It was really good, obviously.
Right.
I'm like, cool, we going to premieres, or you guys
Yeah.
hungry? Can we get out of here? And it was a
Right.
madhouse. Whoever
Yeah.
at that time, they must have just been blowing up because that place was crazy. So he's like, well, I got to do my thing. I have to go over and see them and just meet me at their table. It'll be out, and you'll see the table in the lobby. I'm like, okay. So I think me and my cousin went to like concession stand, hit the bathrooms real quick, come back, and the lobby is just shoulder to shoulder because they're going to come to the table. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what is all this crap?
Yeah.
What's the big deal? So we're like, we have our passes on. We're like, excuse me, I just got to see my uncle here. Can
Yeah.
I just squeeze by here real quick? And people were like shaking sweaters and shirts and, laminates and stuff. And I go back and I'm like,
Right.
hey, what time are we done here? And now I realize I'm like behind the table. So like, Little Big Town's sitting here signing. I'm like, hey guys, so I really
Yeah.
want to take you to this one restaurant that I heard of. And they're like, okay. And ended up, he was with them forever. And I went down for
Yeah.
Christmas one year. We went to like one of their houses just hanging. And I'm like,
Really.
I got that vibe from country. Everybody was really down to earth, like way more than bands I've played
Yeah.
with, bands I went and saw, bands I've met. I'm like, country takes the cake, man. They're just hanging out, chilling. They don't care who you are. They don't need you to
Right.
know who they are. It's just, let's just have a good time together and eat chili,
And I
apparently.
and that's I can honestly tell you, man. Like I've never run into an artist, even if it's up here or down in Nashville, that doesn't come around with open arms. Like
Yeah.
I've never met anyone with an attitude or as if they felt like they were better than someone else. Like everyone tries to help everyone in the country community. I would, yeah, to say the least. Yeah, I get messages from different country artists and country bands now, like, hey, you know what? I accidentally double booked on this date. Could you give me a hand? Things just like that. And if we can help each other, absolutely. That's what it's all about. It's not, not being greedy or anything like that. You just try to help each other out. And most of the time, everybody else is, especially the summertime when it's all the outside gigs,
Oh
we're
yeah.
all so damn booked. I mean, and I think this past week we've had three or four, yeah, three or four options to play this weekend, but we're booked Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so we just weren't able to
Yeah.
take those. But we're very
Good problems.
thankful for that. Right? Yeah, it's good problems, but
Yeah.
we're very thankful for people to think of us, and that happens to us. We try to give back.
Yeah.
Um, to them as well. So yeah, it's a great community up here, and I've been lucky to be a part of that for the last decade. So it's been great. It has been very, very great. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
feel like also country you get more of I'm from here. I'm bringing
mhm.
that with me while I'm playing Pittsburgh. I'm going to bring to you that I'm from Florida or I'm from Georgia or I'm from
Sure,
Tennessee.
sure.
Do you feel like you do that at all with Pittsburgh?
Um, I I do to a point. I to be honest with you, man,
I get you're
I
not going to wear like
I
a Roethlisberger jersey every show, but yeah.
right. I just try to stay just me. Like I never was one to change who I am, if that's the case. To say like
Yeah.
people from Pittsburgh, them from their accents too. Like I have an uncle who lives in West Virginia, and he's a pilot, and we go and see him anytime he's home, and I always say, man, you got that thick accent. He's like, me.
Me.
What about you? And I'm like, what about me? He's like, you
Yeah.
guys have an accent too. I was like,
Oh yeah.
we can't tell. So a lot of people can tell that we're from Pittsburgh just the way that we talk.
Nice.
And
I got that in
it is
Nashville
funny.
a lot. I'd order a beer and he'd be like, Pittsburgh? I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? How you even know I'm from here? I don't have an accent.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, we wear it like a coat. Yeah.
Right. Oh
But I
man,
loved there's
it's
pictures
true.
of Luke Bryan when he played here and he came out in like a Steelers coat, Steelers hat,
Yeah.
waving a terrible towel. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah,
all you
yeah.
had to do. If they
Yeah.
liked
Oh,
you, they love you now. Like that's
they
all you
love
got
you
to do
now.
here.
It's the
Yep.
truth, man. It is. It is. I mean, it's just like I've been noticing. I watch Morgan Wallen's like little reels and things like that, and he every city he's been in. I think he was just in Chicago like last weekend or weekend before, but he come out with a Cubs jersey on,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and I think the beginning of the show to um, introduce the band. Remember the old 95, 96, like that stretch when they were really good? The Bulls were really good. Remember they had that song? It was like techno.
Oh, I don't.
I can't remember what
What
it's.
was it? All
Um,
right, someone.
they,
Here's the best part. Here's the best part of social media. Someone go and find out what song that is and type it in here.
yeah, I
Someone will
can't
type it here in a
remember off
second.
the top of my
You
head,
know what? Hold
but
on,
it was.
Josh. You're a Jordan guy. What song are we talking about? My buddy's in here,
Oh,
um,
perfect. He'll know.
and he's a Bulls guy, especially a Jordan guy. And I cannot believe you didn't even put it on here already, Josh.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. And while we have a second, guys, I see some people are doing it, but just a reminder: there is, if you're on a phone, right at the bottom, right in the corner, there is a question mark with a bubble, and that puts a question in like in our queue, and we're going to end up answering a bunch of those in a little bit. But Chicago Bulls
Bulls
theme
theme
song,
song.
is
Yeah,
it
it,
all?
it was.
Okay, I
Yeah,
got to check it
either
out.
Granada. There's got to be. That's my guitar player. There's got to
Oh, nice.
be a name for that, and it's gonna drive me nuts
Oh
because
yeah, yeah.
once you hear it, you're gonna be like, oh
Yep.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
watched the documentary a few months back too. I'm sure it was in there somewhere. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
second I
yeah,
hear
yeah,
it, I'm going to know it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it
Oh,
was just
my buddy goes, yeah, it went.
yeah,
Ba
yeah,
na na
yeah,
na. If I
yeah.
don't know the song, Josh, it doesn't really do a whole lot for me.
But
Good
it
try.
was
A
really
for
cool.
effort.
They looped it and they had everyone come out to it and they
Yeah.
had the big radio voice come over and introduce everyone. It was just really neat. Like I just like how he nitpicks the little things from each city and
Yep.
that's just pretty cool to see. But
Beartooth was here at AE, I guess, a few weeks ago,
okay,
and I learned that they style their merch for each city. So the most popular shirt on the back, it has a big BT, and the
okay,
shirt is black. So the entire merch booth was black and yellow. Everything on the
really,
merch booth was black and gold. I'm like,
that's
you again, you
again
nailed it.
smart,
I'm like
smart,
staring.
right?
I'm like, ooh, I want that one. I want
Yeah,
that one. I want that one. Because everything in my closets, everything's black and white or black and yellow or black. No,
right.
but yeah, and another band that was the Interrupters.
Okay,
They have a radio tune.
okay,
They come through. They're from like Southern California, like Green Day, like NoFX, like a bunch of bands.
sure.
And they play a couple songs, and they start playing a NoFX song,
Mm.
and it's like the most popular NoFX song called Linoleum, and we're all like, they're gonna cover Linoleum.
Right.
They played like 20 seconds, and then he stopped. Oh, Josh says called Serious, the song,
Okay,
the Bull
I'm
song.
gonna have to look it up afterwards.
Yeah, me too. And then
Okay.
they played a great part of a Green Day song, also from like Oakland, California. They
Down
would
that
play
area,
like
right?
six bands, like 20, 30 seconds worth. We was in Pittsburgh. We're all like, oh, this is the best thing ever. Like,
Right.
that's why I've been just bringing like part of where you're from around. I mean, Florida Georgia
Sure.
Line's called Florida Georgia Line. I'm like,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
make some pride. Um,
Yeah.
I saw some of your covers online. You
Oh,
have some
sweet.
favorites. I'm gonna bring Luke Bryan up again because I love that dude. But
uh,
that's like my
yeah,
favorite song of his too. Like that loud, big, yelling, screaming about beer. Like how
yeah.
easy is that to get into playing it in a
Right.
bar?
Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely, country music has its map. You know how to win
Oh yeah,
fans over. I mean, there's definitely a diagram on how to write and you know make country music, and I think that's where I try to be a little different because not that I don't want to follow that diagram, but I also that's what kind of I mean that's what makes you in any genre to a
yeah,
point, right? Is
yeah, right.
you have a little bit of a different effect to you, and you know, you're a little bit something special, different than everybody else on the radio.
Yep.
Which especially, I don't know if you ever listen to him or not, Hardy right now.
Oh no.
If you haven't listened to Hardy, he was a country singer for probably like the last 5 years, and he still is a country singer, don't get me wrong, but he come out with an album called The Mockingbird and the Crow. It's probably been about almost a year now, maybe a little less. And he come out with The Mockingbird and the Crow, and the first 7.5 songs, 6.5, 7.5 songs are country. Then there's the song Mockingbird and the Crow, right split in the middle of the album. The first half of that song is country. The second half of that song is all metal rock, and then from there on out, that album is just straight rock.
What's his name again?
Country, Hardy.
Hardy.
Hardy. Yeah, and
he's on
tour. He's on tour with Morgan Wallen right now. Like, he's written more songs than you can imagine. Like a lot of songs in country music right now, he has helped pen, and he just something different. Like, he wears jean shorts and jerseys and high top Nikes. Like,
I'm loving the whole. Yeah, I love I feel like nowadays people are a little more accepting than I was when I was younger. Like, it was, if you weren't like me, you sucked. You know, that was it. If you didn't like my music, you were an idiot.
Right.
You know, if you were certain things, you were called names, like flat out. Or we picked fights in Oakland because we were drunk and 22, and just because we just scrap. You know, it was stupid. Yeah. And I think this youngest generation brought it up, and I think it's pretty good. They're like, hey, you can just be you. Like, I remember going to D's down in Southside maybe like 2 years ago, and I had like a new group of friends, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna go back down to D's. I've been there forever, and that's where we used to go and get in trouble and smoke and do stuff in the parking lot we shouldn't have been doing. All these really cool, fun, fucked up things.
Sure.
And like pick fights. We brawl inside and take it outside, and we beat the shit out of each other. And he's like, why would we be doing that? I'm like, because it's D's. And he's like, I don't think it's the same place. I'm like, D's Cafe. Like, it's where you go to do this stuff. He's like, no, not anymore. I'm like, is this all the seats still ripped up? And he's like, not really. I'm like, and it stinks like smoke. He's like, they got rid of smoking. I'm like,
really?
We're talking about the right. He's like, it's the same place. I'm like, all right. So we go, and I was really like watching all these. It was always just like leather jackets, cut up T-shirts, you know, like big boots, just what it was, plaids, and it was just like a ton of young kids wearing everything. No one looked the same, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I bumped into a kid going down the stairs, and I'm like, you got a problem? He's like, oh, sorry about that. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. I like your earring. Sorry, I don't know what I'm trying to get into the mindset here. It's just really weird for me. But yeah, it's that, and they're the best waiters in a long time. Nice. I think the younger people actually want to take care of you a little bit more than no one my age wants to serve you. No one older than us wants to serve you. No 40-year-old wants to serve your table. Hell no. They want to go home. Their feet hurt. And kids are like, are you okay? Let me go find it. I'll take care of it. Which turned me into the best tipper I've ever been in my life, for sure.
I hear that, man. That's especially waiting tables, doing this, you know, for the last decade. Definitely have waited thousands of tables. That's for sure. So it definitely makes you appreciate all the hard work and the running around that they do. You know, that's for damn sure. But
I've never done it, and I don't want to do it. Nope. I'll just tip you, and and you know, apparently you're younger than me, so. My age, I've read something they call it as Zennials. There's a little group between millennials and the generation above that is a Zennial. So it was like a latchkey kid. You had cassettes and CDs. Right. It was all these things. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Okay. Because I hated the idea of being a millennial. I didn't want to be attached to that. Right. But they said my age and younger bust their own tables to help. Apparently that was not a thing, because I'm 40. That was not a thing before me. And I'm like, how would you not? I guess a little bit's my OCD. Like, I like getting stuff off the table if I'm done. Right. Yeah. Right. Even as I'm going, I'm like, I'll get like the straw wrapper, the empty butter, like all that stuff's on a plate. It's like at the edge of the table. Yes. But then when I'm done, I still do the whole. I just move it. So I'm like, I don't want to they don't have to lean in. They can just grab the stuff and go, or like a busser, or some 16-year-old can just reach it. Yeah. Sure. And I forget who it was. I think it was. it was a friend of the family was like, that never used to happen. She's my age. She's like, never used to happen. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, and I think she either had a meme saved or is easy to find, like a picture of an old person's table when they're done eating versus anyone under 40 years old. And
Sure.
the older people just let it all hang out like it's the dining room table, and then they walk out. And I'm like, that feels really bad. I feel
Yeah.
like you're not my servant. You're helping me, really.
Yeah. Right. Right.
You're helping me eat. And it was like, I was
Sure.
blown away. That's some stupid
Right.
little meme. Like, how would you not?
Yeah.
You don't want to pull that thing's all the way
Yeah.
by the salt and pepper shaker. Put it by the end of the table. If you put it by the end of the table now, she can walk by, grab that plate. You need anything? She'll see like your coffee's empty, and then you're hooked up the whole time, and then you tip.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was blown away by that.
Right.
That was some
Heck
stupid
yeah,
little
man.
thing, but total mind fuck
No,
that day.
I hear you. Right.
I don't understand.
That's
I understand
awesome.
what's going on. How would you not? Yeah. I had to ask how your drum heads are holding up
My drum heads?
with the with the decals you got a while back.
Great. Yeah, Jay,
Yeah.
man, they're great. And I think Jason has like 4 drum sets, so you never know which one he's gonna bring out.
Nice.
But he has this beautiful red drum set that I wish he would play it every
Was
show.
that the one video I watched where you covered Luke Bryan? Or maybe was it silver and red, maybe? Maybe it was like a champagne color. I can't remember now. I thought I saw red, maybe not. Does he have red drum heads?
He has red cymbals.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Oh, that's pretty sweet. And there he is.
He just joined right now. Yeah,
What
he's
up,
got
man?
red cymbals, and yeah, man, I love that whole kit. To be honest with you, the one day I think we played up in Cleveland area, and I'm pretty sure that's the first time we brought out the red cymbals, and I thought it was just the light shining
Oh,
down
yeah.
on the cymbals, and I was like,
No, sir.
red cymbals would be sweet. That'd be a look. And then they were playing the show, and it was like a little bit of a tight spot, and you couldn't really move around as much because if you come to one of our shows, like we all move around, especially
Sure.
like I have to have a wireless mic, like it can't be condoned in one spot, and I turn around and I look and they're still red, and I'm like,
Like, wait a minute.
those fucking things are red. I was like, that's great.
Nice.
That's awesome. I was like, that's great. I was like, holy shit, that's cool.
That's
But
sweet.
yeah, I never seen anything like that before. Like he's got his own little gloves that he puts on so he can put them on and make sure.
Oh, really?
Like
Jason
that.
got the gloves.
Yeah, they're.
Are they like
He
like the
got
Marines?
on everything.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, one
I'm
last
ready for him to
time.
start playing.
Yeah, exactly. One last time, guys. We're gonna do a couple more questions, but then I'm gonna try to get into some of your questions too. So if you're not on a PC, there should be a little icon in the bottom right, little question mark and a word bubble. There's already a bunch in there, but now is your last chance because now we're on to a lightning round.
Nice.
So you can talk as much or as little as you want. These are really quick little bullet questions. Chips Ahoy or Oreos?
Chips Ahoy.
Yeah? What about a favorite candy?
Reese cups for sure.
What do you think about all the shit they're putting in the Reese's cups nowadays? They're putting in
You know what? Like
I saw like chips
and pretzels. Yeah, I never tried one of those yet. Because my wife knows better than to buy anything like that because it'll be gone in less than a day. And I can't do it anymore. That my metabolism don't work anymore like that.
Talk to me in 10 years, motherfucker. Yeah, I look at cheese balls that the kids have downstairs. I'm like, oh man, I love to have some of those.
Right.
Like, I can't.
Right.
It's after 5 p.m. I can't. I just can't. Yeah. I'll feel it tomorrow.
It's so true, brother. It's so true. That is
So
so funny.
So are you a peanut butter guy? Because I have a debate, not even a debate, on the candy question. I stand by that Swedish fish is the best tasting flavor on the planet. I'm completely hooked. I can't eat them as much as I'd like to. But that artificial flavor, like a candy flavor, it's like cherry on crack. I had a discussion with a buddy of mine who's like, it's cherry. I'm like, it might be cherry at its base, but it is beyond. It's like their flavor, I get it, but it is like they have like Doritos has Swedish fish flavor. I'm like, you're killing me. You're killing me with the Swedish fish flavors.
Right.
Right. I'm going to go have 5 of these. You can't do it. Yeah.
Right. You have to get the red ones, not the mixed bag. I hate the mixed bag. You got to go straight original red. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. My family used to own a bar up in Beaver County, and we made a drink called the Swedish Fish.
Ugh.
I can't remember what was in it off the top of my head, but I'm telling you, exactly like it. But you
I wonder if
could only drink like one or two.
I wonder if Chambord would be in it. That's my
Man,
guess.
it's been
That's
so
my guess
long, I
off the
couldn't
books.
even
Is there's
tell you.
probably splash of Chambord because it's like that thick cherry taste. That's my
Right,
guess.
and even if they put like cherry vodka in it too, I can't remember
Oh yeah.
off the top of my head.
All that,
but
yeah, all
yeah,
that pinnacle, all those flavors they have. It's
right,
probably like
right,
Swedish
exactly.
Fish
Yeah,
pinnacle. Oh, that might be a thing.
I
Or
think
like
it is
cherry
a
and
thing.
whipped cream. I'll just put those two together or something.
There you go.
Okay, I'll be right back.
There you go. Hell yeah, yeah. Make me
Yeah,
want to.
yeah, right. How do you order your pizza? How do you take it?
Oh, man, I'm a supreme guy, but you
Oh,
know what? If I feel a little spunky, I got to get the stuffed crust. I'm usually
oh yeah,
a Pizza Hut stuffed crust, especially
nice.
during football season. So
In my fat kid days, when I was younger,
yeah.
I had a bunch of buddies who worked at Pizza Hut, and
Okay.
they'd bring home pizza all the time. There was some old bandmates
Right.
too. They'd bring it to practice, whatever. And I remember like loving on the stuffed crust.
Sure.
And then they'd bring like a regular one back, and I'd be like, I don't know, it's not as good. And
Right.
then the Big New Yorker came out. This is serious divulge into fat kid territory.
Yeah.
So then the Big New Yorker came out, and I grew up in New York when I was little, and I'm like, oh, New Yorker, I like the big flat pizza, and I'm the opposite. I like just plain flat, whatever.
Sure.
And then they brought that one time, and I'm like, this one's really good too. What's different about this one than the other one? And they're like, oh, you like the stuffed crust too? I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, it's because those two have the sweet sauce. I'm like,
Oh.
what hack did you just teach me? They're like, yeah, those two have a different sauce. I'm like, and why is the crust better than normal? They're like, oh, we didn't spray it. I'm like, spray it? They're like, yeah, there's like this aerosol garlic spray. Sorry, Pizza Hut, but you should be on Front Street. There is an aerosol can that they spray on the crust right when it comes out, and it's like garlic flavored oil spray. So then I'd be like, I was addicted. So I'm like, could you please bring a Big New Yorker or a stuffed crust with no spray? Like, yeah. And it was the best pizza I could ever offer. It was like the best. So yeah, I'm right there with you on the stuffed crust.
That's awesome, man. Heck yeah. I mean, that's just, especially we had there's a place in you might have, you're in the Wexford area, right, bud?
Yeah, North Hills. Yep.
North Hills. Okay, so you might be close to it. When my wife was pregnant with our first child, she was pregnant throughout COVID.
Ditto. Yep.
Right, we were just like we couldn't go to we couldn't go to the grocery store much, like, so we would just order pizza and they would deliver it. We would get, have you ever heard of it? Serves Pizza.
Serve?
Serves, like, yes,
oh.
Serve, SIRS. It's in the.
Is that, yeah,
North
that's at that big
Hills.
intersection by, yeah, I know, I've seen it. Is it Sir Pizza?
Inn?
Yep. I've seen it.
Sir Pizza,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. I pronounce it like it's a night. Like it's Sir Pizza.
Right.
That's how I look. Yeah.
It's amazing. I
haven't had it yet.
They don't cut it in like triangular pieces like usual. They cut it in squares. It's
all right.
just a round
Bring
pizza. But they'll go, man, it is unbelievable.
No shit. All right, well, that'll be next. I love pizza.
Yeah, man, it's unbelievable. There's one up in Wexford, right by the Eaton Park there, by 910.
Oh, on the right by the highway.
Right by.
Is there really?
There's one. Right
yeah,
there,
yeah.
And then
By
Sorgles,
Sorgles, right? Yeah.
Yes.
No shit.
Correct. Yep.
Ooh, that's happening. By Rochester, you said? Oh, the Rochester Inn. Yeah. I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'll be happening.
There, man, I'm telling you, you're not gonna be disappointed at all.
Plus, pizza is really hard to screw up. You can for sure, but
definitely
that is what
my fair share.
That's like Fiore's is my top. Nothing's gonna beat Fiore's for me.
Right.
And I've taken people who go, I get it, and I've taken other people who go, I don't see the big deal. I'm like,
sure.
Okay, well, we're not friends, but that's fine. You can take whatever you want. And then I moved up to the north, and really quick, Frank's went to second place.
I never had
buffalo chicken pizza.
Yet. Never had Frank's yet.
The red sauce pizza is really good. I'm not taking it away. It's killer. Yeah. That buffalo chicken pizza. So my wife told me about it. She's from the area, and I'm like Frank's Red Hot, and then shitty chicken nuggets is what I saw in my head. I'm like, nah, I don't need to get that. So we kind of skirted around it, and then someone else, other people from North Hills were like, oh, so did you take him to Frank's yet? And she's like, I tried. He said he didn't want it. And I think it was a buddy of mine went, it's not what you think. Like, he just had to hear that one time, and I went, okay.
Sure.
She's like, it's not what you think. I'm like, I'll go tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to go tomorrow. And it's the opposite. It is their own weird mix of like just spicy enough. I swear, man, they're like chicken breast chunks. It's not like some rib meat garbage.
Really?
And then they make
like
their own
shredded,
ranch.
Yeah.
Oh, it is not even shredded, dude. They're like cubed. Like you have to plan. You have like to map out a bite to like make sure you're getting like all the elements. Yeah, right. And then they make their own ranch. And the coolest part is you can like, it's almost like a paste. I cannot.
Really?
Anyone who's never been there, I said no, and then I went. I'm like, damn it, I missed out on months and months of pizza because I was, I'm telling you, man. Anyone from the north, apparently, you go, this is Frank's. Frank's is number one. I'm like, I get it. And I remember buying the kids a little red pizza just so they can eat it.
Sure.
I'm crushing this buffalo, and then I had like a bite of theirs. I'm like, this is just as fucking good. Right. It's still fucking, it's amazing pizza regardless, but the buffalo chicken is, I mean, their logo is like an orange chicken. Like, they know what they're doing.
No, where is it at in the North Hills?
I think there's like 5 or 6. So if I'm not mistaken, if anyone's from here, you can correct me. But I think, someone's here for sure. I think it was Millvale was one. It's like on the further back.
Okay.
And then it was, I think Tracy's in here. Tracy isn't. There's one up on, kind of up near Mount Troy, like at the top of the hill, I think. And then the one we go to is right on Mount Royal. And I know there's at least 2 or 3 others. So, yeah, they're spread out. And I think it's still pretty much North Hills, more or less. Troy Hill. Yeah, I knew there was
Troy
one.
Hill. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
There we go. Millvale, Shaler Plaza. Yeah, I go to Shaler Plaza, Troy Hill. Is there only 3? I thought there was a handful. Maybe I'm wrong. But, yeah, we hit Shaler Plaza like crazy.
Yeah.
It was a problem for a minute. It was a really, really big problem for me. And Ross Township. Okay, there is a few.
Marianne, thank you. Ross Township. Okay, perfect. That's not far from.
I thought there was a handful. Yeah, for sure. Cool. I could talk about food all day, but anyway.
Same.
Yeah.
And I just ate, and I'm getting hungry again. So.
Yep, I'm like, man, that lunch is pretty good. I think it's time to go back to So how about some movie talk? What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Elf. For sure.
Hands down. A new classic.
Elf.
Yep.
It's
easy.
Close.
Yeah.
Elf and actually I shouldn't say Elf that quick because Christmas Vacation is like right there. You know, Uncle Eddie. It don't matter how many times you watch it. I cry laughing every time. And I'm still waiting for my Christmas present of that Blackhawks jersey that
I have it.
The dad wears.
Yeah, Griswold 000.
You have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have it. Yeah. I'll send you a link, man. They're actually way cheaper than you think. I'll send you a link. Really? Because I'm a huge, Josh can attest. We had a conversation about this. I'm a jersey whore. I don't know. I don't think I had them when I was young. We didn't have money to be getting jerseys, especially like legit jersey, whatever they were called back then. So I had a point in my life, and I found one like secondhand. I'm like, oh, good, I'll get one. And I found like an old one I used to have when I was little young. Okay, I have that one too. And I'm like, well, I need a Crosby. Yeah. I can have a Crosby. And then, of course, like the past 10, 12 years, it's like home jersey, away jersey, alternate jersey, third jersey, winter classic jersey, outdoor, whatever. Yeah, see, we were laughing. Then I was like, I'm going to move in. Then I moved into, I'm a huge movie guy. I moved into movie jerseys. So then I get the Gretzky jersey from Swingers. Yeah. Then I get the Goon jersey. Then it was, the next up was the Griswold 000. Nice. And I could wear a jersey every day. So I try to I actually pack that with winter clothes. So it's like that first snow hits, I put on Sia's Christmas album, and I go get the whatever weird shit's at Dunkin' Donuts, and the Griswold jersey comes out. And I'm like, that and the thermal, because, they're like paper. Like that and the thermal is just all I'm wearing. All winter, yeah. For sure, yeah, the Griswold 000.
It's funny you say that because we used to kind of like the same thing. Like, I used to get like a jersey for my birthday or Christmas every year. And if it was, whoever, it didn't have to be from Pittsburgh. I remember my cousin gave me like an old Terrell Owens San Francisco 49ers jersey before. And like, just like some old school ones. But remember we call it the Dirt Mall out there in Rogers, Ohio, and we
Oh,
used to go every
Rogers,
once in a
the
while. My
flea market capital of
yeah,
the state or the area, right?
yep, yep.
Yeah.
So we used to go out there all the time. My grandfather, he's like, "Come on, let's go jump in the truck. We'll go. We'll just Grandma's not home this weekend. I'm bored. Like, let's go take a ride." I'm like, "All right, sure, whatever." So we go down, and I see the old school Cowboys jersey where it's like blue, but the shoulders were white, and they had the big Dallas Star
Oh, yeah,
emblem on
yeah.
the shoulder.
Cool.
And
Okay.
I'm not a fan of the Cowboys by any means, and I don't think that you can be if you're from Pittsburgh. But
America's
I
team.
didn't mind Tony Romo. Right, exactly. Right. And he was like $20. I was like, give me
Oh,
20
yeah.
bucks. I can't pass this up. So I gave
Yeah,
him
right.
20 bucks, and I looked, and I swear everything was perfect, but on the back, that Romo was like this.
Ah,
And I tried to go get my
oops.
20 bucks back. He was like, "I didn't sell this to you." I was like, "Son of a
Oh,
bitch."
man.
I still have it. I
Face.
don't even know where in the hell it's
That's
at, but
great.
I know I still have it somewhere. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a crock of shit, but it
I
was funny.
I even wore like a Lemieux jersey when I did the marathon. You have everybody wearing like the
When
sporty clothes. Everything breathes. I'm like, Mario's going to be there. He's at the
right.
finish line. I'm
Sure.
wearing a jersey, and I'm
Oh
going to
yeah, man.
carry a marker like an idiot just in case.
Sure.
But if anyone wants to see it, I got to ask him one question. 'Cause I used to do these a lot short. I used to be like 15-second clips when I meet people because it
Sure.
was a TikTok era, like last year era.
Right.
And then
There.
I'm like, this isn't as exciting. But all I needed to do was ask people I met one question, and I'd get enough content for like how I was running things. And I got to see Mario at the finish line. I just went, burgers or dogs? I shook his hand,
Right.
burgers or dogs? He goes, burgers. That's the whole thing. I was like, all right, that's an
You
interview
have that
in the
on
books.
your yeah, and you have
Oh
it on
yeah,
your Instagram, don't you?
on
I
yeah, on
think I saw
Instagram on
that.
there. Yep, and it's on
Yeah.
Spotify, and I don't let on that it's that quick at all. I go,
That's
episode
awesome,
4
man.
is Mario Lemieux. It's a good conversation we had. I think even the description, I'm like, talk to Mario about his food preferences, about Pittsburgh, just not. No, it was about 5 full seconds of interview with Mario Lemieux. But I count that.
That's
I
awesome,
count that.
man.
That
Heck
counts.
yeah, hell yeah, it does. That's fantastic. It's
So,
a buddy of mine, Steve Montleone. He runs the It's About the Warrior Foundation, which is
oh yeah,
a foundation that helps the post 9/11 veterans, and just unbelievable that he does. I'm very lucky to be a part of it to help out at golf outings, sportsman bashes and
oh
numerous
yeah.
of things. And these guys were friends when I met them, and now they're family to me. I talk to these guys, these veterans, more than sometimes I talk to my own family. And he he asked me if I wanted to sing the national anthem at Mario Lemieux's golf outing
Oh man,
up at
was it
Swickley
Neverwood?
Country
Oh,
Club.
Swickley.
No, yeah, it was up on top. I know it was in Swickley, and I think it had to have been Swickley Country Club. But
Sure.
so I got to meet Pierre LaRouche years ago and become good friends with him. And he's like, "Hey, I want to introduce you to Mario." I went
Oh
over
man,
and talked to him, but before they were speaking French to each other from being up in Indiana.
cool.
I'm like, what are they saying? Like, are they talking that fast? Not realizing they're speaking French.
Right.
And then when I went and I shook his hand, he kissed me on the cheek, and Pierre kissed me on the cheek. I was like, what are
Lucky
you two
man.
doing? Yeah,
Party. Party in Swickley.
right, man. It was, and you don't realize how tall Mario is
Oh yeah, he was
until
big. Or
you.
6'4" or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, he was a
Yeah.
tall man, that's for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, I got
it
to
was
when I
it
walked
was a good
past him,
time
I couldn't tell. It was like his guys were kind of like boxing people out,
around him.
like
Sure,
that one Weezer
sure.
video. Remember they were
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
dun
yeah,
dun
yeah.
dun
What
dun
was
dun.
that?
That's what they're doing, and they're just. I'm like, but they're like, shake his hand, get the hell out of the way.
Yeah,
I'm like, I
right,
get
right.
it. Just let me give him a
Sure.
kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
Don't make it weird. Just let me kiss
Don't make it
Mario.
weird. Just do
Yeah,
it.
you're weird, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah, see Josh's comment. Do you ever see Bruno? Sacha Baron Cohen's Bruno, where he was a
It's
fake
been a
interviewer,
long,
just
long
over the
time.
top.
Right.
The whole movie, he keeps hinting at his Harrison Ford interview. And
Okay.
he's like, after this clip, wait, just hang on. Harrison Ford is here, and it's 10 more minutes of like weird nudity and all this other
Right.
fucked up things. Get back to him. Now he's on the ground and he's showing his ass. He's like, my interview with Harrison Ford is next. You're like, what is the Harrison Ford thing? And he goes, and you've been waiting long enough. So, here's the interview. And it shows him chasing the real Harrison Ford, going, Harrison Ford. And he goes, fuck off. And that was it.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it was my Harrison Ford, was my Mario. And I'm going to make a shirt that says, Mario likes burgers.
Right.
And that's what it's going to be.
There you go.
That's all it is. Yeah.
And you'll be able to sell them, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Around here, if I make it black and gold, someone will buy it.
Heck yeah. I mean, you should get like a burger bun, but then put a puck and act like it has like the toppings and everything, and put 66 in the middle.
Well, there we go.
There
You want to split it? All right. I'll put your name on there. Yeah. Sponsored by. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Star Wars or Star Trek? While we're talking about Harrison Ford, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Man, I can honestly tell you,
You haven't
watched
seen
little of both, but I'm gonna have to go with Star Wars. My uncle was a big Star Wars guy. I watched it a couple times with him.
Nice. I'll take it. I'm offended, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Do you have any, as a musician, I talk to a lot of movie guys, and I'm a movie guy, and I do this.
Yeah.
I wonder if it translates well to music, but do you have any piece of memorabilia or anything? You tell I'm a pack rat, but do you have any piece of memorabilia or anything over the years you're like, oh, this is going on the wall, or I'm never getting rid of this?
Not musically, to be honest with you. Yeah, I love music. Obviously, I've been doing it for how long now? But I am such a sports guy.
Nice.
It's not even funny. Like if something, God forbid, doesn't happen with music, I'm gonna work in sports. I'm actually finishing up my degree right now while doing all this stuff too.
Nice.
Finishing up my bachelor's degree in business, just so I can hopefully one day work for the Steelers or the Penguins.
Cool.
I don't know about the Buccos, but yeah, something
probably
along
easy to get a
those
job.
right.
You'll probably you just take second base if you want, I think, right? Well, not this
Yeah,
season
just
anymore. I
fire
can't make that joke
everybody,
anymore. Yeah. But then you
yeah,
get really
man,
good. And they'll sell you to a different team, and you'll be upset.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been like a big music guy. A couple of friends of mine got me autographs by some awesome names. Jason Aldean and Luke Combs.
Cool.
Things of that nature. But I mean, I have a signed 77. I should know this. Tony Dorsett, Pittsburgh Panther jersey.
Oh, cool.
And
nice.
My grandparents, they framed it for me, and it's a two Christian 19, I think it was 77 Heisman winner. Tony Dorsett. Like, I had that. Troy Polamalu signed jerseys, Hines Ward, all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait to get that man cave downstairs one day. So
I was going to say, I'm in my man cave. I think this was the closest one in reach. Jack Ham.
That's awesome,
yeah,
man.
I love these little toy helmets. You keep finding them for like $5, and it's cool to then I'll put the numbers on them. I mean, it's like repaint it and shit. I'm a helmet guy. I mean, there's a bunch of helmets in here. I don't know where that started. Probably Boba Fett. If we're talking about Star Wars, I had a bunch of Boba Fett stuff. Got rid of a lot of it, but then met the late great Jeremy Bullock from the original trilogy. He signed a helmet, and I think I was hooked. There's like 25 helmets in this room.
That's awesome.
I'll have to do a tour of this room one day. People were asking about stuff, and it's like every time. So music theme today. Yeah, there's a couple here, but there's so much shit I could cross the room, and
sure.
I don't know how I'm going to do it. There's so much, and I got rid of so much stuff and kept like my favorites or like the real big valuable older stuff. But autographs everywhere, a ton of helmets, and yeah, I found that stupid helmet for like $5 somewhere. I got it for the kid to wore for 5 minutes and was over it. And then a signing popped up, and I'm like, oh, I don't have a lot of the older guys. It's like, oh, I could just cut the numbers and put them on. And I found another one like last week at Trader Jack's. I'm like, buying another one. As soon as some old head comes through again, I'll repaint it and get another one. How about first movie you saw in a theater?
Oh, good God. That's a good one. First movie I saw in a theater. I'm gonna have to say probably Lion King.
Nice.
Lion
Oh,
King,
so you
yeah,
were
years ago.
young buck.
Yeah, I actually, what's funny is my mom kept all my Lion King, like Mickey Mouse shit, and my son
Oh,
has it now. Yeah,
nice.
like we passed it down. I mean, I have more Lion King stuff than I even know what to do with. From
Yeah,
she just gives it to him now. But yeah, I'm gonna have to say Lion King. That's
that's
back
sweet.
back in like 95, 96, whatever that was.
The kids' playroom is a cool mix of old toys from my childhood. So they have like the Jurassic Park Jeep, the Turtles Party Wagon, some
Yeah,
Ninja Turtles strewn around. They broke the GI Joes. I'm not surprised. But then all that stuff is in stores again. So I
yeah.
bought them here and there. I stopped buying so much, but it was like there's like Power Rangers, GI Joe. They love Super Mario Brothers. Like we bought a Switch because every time we went to Target, they would make me go play Mario Kart in
Well,
Target, and they both
on
just
like
be
the
like
TV.
silent.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and just be like, I'm like, I would sit here all day and play video games on the Switch. To
Right.
where the wife one day was just like, I'm just buying one, and they would sit there and watch it. We play whatever. They're just sitting there staring at it. I'm like, okay, great. We don't have to go anywhere today. It's
Heck
kind of
yeah,
chilly.
man.
We'll just stay in and play Mario all day. You guys are silent, and it
Yeah,
never
go
happens.
get a bag of chips and a couple drinks, and we'll be
Yeah,
right here.
seriously. And yeah, we actually got to do their first movie experience. It was the Mario movie.
Oh,
And it was awesome. It was a
cool.
full theater, so you hear kids. Like you didn't have to be super quiet because kids are rustling and eating and talking and crying
Sure,
and shit. But
sure.
I just that's all I did forever. Was always movies. You know, I do solo movies. Like I would just go constantly, and
Right.
then I don't know if she's still in here. My wife was watching. Someone doesn't like going to the movie theater, so I couldn't go to the movies anymore.
Yeah.
Occasionally, you know. And
Yeah,
then
right, right.
I took my oldest when he was younger by himself once. We lasted 15 minutes, and I'm like, God damn it, guys! I ask buddies to
Right.
go. Sometimes really don't go. I'm like, this is like my
Yeah.
favorite thing. Eating like snacks, watching movies is just the best. And then they went, and I'm like, okay, every animated movie we're going. So it's like even Barbie was like, it's pretty loud and bright. Maybe I might be able to. I'm like, no, I'll just wait for. I think the next Pixar's coming up here soon or something. But
Yeah, I'm
Meg,
not
you got
sure.
to be. Oh, I did know that, Meg. I did know you didn't like movies. That's right. I knew that, Meg, and I just don't understand it. I don't get it. It's like
I just love the big tub of popcorn,
oh yeah,
and
yeah.
then they're like, "How much butter do you want on that?" And I'm like, "Well, whenever I say when,"
Whenever
and
it
then
runs
they're
out,
always just kind of like
yeah.
looking at me, and I'm like, "Keep going,
That's me.
man."
That's me at Olive Garden with the cheese.
Yeah.
I'm like the
Yeah.
whole stick's gone, man. Don't even look at me. Just do it till it's out.
Go.
If she walks past
Right.
you again, you grab hers and just it's cheese, man. It's Pittsburgh. Like just coat the
Yes,
thing, you
sir.
know. I don't be chewing on it, you know, like a
Oh,
cheese
that's
stick.
awesome. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Um,
Oh, shit,
I
that's
have
good.
butt pork when I leave most time. Oh man. I like eating all the snacks during the trailers. I love trailers just as much,
I do
and
too.
then sitting back with the popcorn. I eat
Absolutely.
everything during the trailers, sit back with the
Yep.
popcorn, and that's my. And I usually have to get a refill of that pop first 10 minutes of the movie because
Gotcha.
I don't drink. I don't drink pop at all because I love it so much. Now I would just
Right.
be 500 pounds.
Right.
Movies are all bets are off. So I'm like, I crush, their big gulp. That's
The
$18. The
big gulp.
first 15 minutes I'm
Right.
there. I'm
Right.
like, well, why I bought it is because it's free refills. So I'm the smart one.
Right.
So I can have
Yeah.
2,500 calories in this cup twice.
But then you're running back and forth the bathroom
Yeah.
and
Yep.
missing the most important part of the movie.
What was the movie? I think it was either Interstellar or Fury. I was in California. I was in a movie by myself, and I think the
Mhm.
theater had like one other guy, like 10 rows ahead of me on the other side of the theater. Had to been Interstellar because of the storyline, and I didn't want to get up, and I was like, man, I really gotta fucking piss. I
Right.
gotta piss. But he's floating through interdimensional space. Like I can't get up, and I just
Right.
pissed him. I just pissed in my cup. I didn't get up. So I'll just walk out holding it, just like, well, I'm glad this movie's over. I'll just throw this drink away. Some poor
It
guy's
got
like,
really
this
warm.
trash smells like piss. Who
It
pissed in
got
the
real
theater? Yeah,
And
I
you
wasn't
can't
leaving.
leave an Interstellar or
I
you're
wasn't.
gonna
I wasn't
miss
leaving.
a whole bunch of shit.
It
Yeah,
was
you don't know what's gonna
right,
happen.
dude. It was right at the crux of like where you learn what's happening, and I'm like, there's
Right.
no chance I'm leaving.
Now,
Yep.
do you
But yeah,
think at the end there with Leo, do you think he was still in that what do you call it, the dream when he sees his
for
kids? Or that's
yeah,
in. I'm sorry. That's in.
Interstep.
No, I'm
Yeah,
thinking of the wrong movie.
that's
I'm thinking of Inception. I'm sorry.
Inception.
I'm think.
I
I got the
also
wrong movie.
I
I'm
also, as a cinephile, as a student of movies, I will wax poetic a little bit, and I think there is no answer. Christopher
right.
Nolan is a fucking
But
madman and
he
wants
is.
everybody
He
to
is.
go. So, what do you think?
Yeah.
And so,
Right.
you asking, it's exactly right.
Right.
That is the question, and there's not an answer. And that's what I love, man. That dude is unhinged, and his new one comes out in like 3 days.
Yeah. What's that
Oppenheimer.
called again? That's it.
Oppenheimer.
And what Leo's in that?
Uh, it was a weird, odd cast. Like, I think it's like Robert Downey is like
Right.
a side character, but the dude who plays Scarecrow in Batman is the lead. Cillian Murphy
The dude was in
from
Peaky. Is that Peaky
yep,
Blinders?
yep,
Is
Pinky
that
Blinders
right?
did, yeah.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
think he
Yeah.
is Oppenheimer. And dude, we were
Okay.
watching the trip. We went to see that Nike Air movie.
Yeah.
We're like joking. I wore my Back to the Future shoes because it's like Nike
Nice.
shoes, Nike there. And then
Yeah.
we're like joking and elbowing, and then it's like Oppenheimer comes up, and we're just like, and then it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
from Christopher Nolan, you're like, I didn't hear about this. And
Yeah.
it's just like dead silent. And the
Right.
trailers are movies. It's just unbelievable. So yeah, I have Barbie and Oppenheimer on the list for sure. And there's a
Nice.
couple other movies that are floating around, but Oppenheimer, it's Nolan. It's going to be incredible
Yeah.
for sure. And
Sure.
yeah. And if everything that guy does is good. And then he brought Batman to Pittsburgh. Come on, you know what I mean? It's again circles back around to we accidentally stumbled through Oakland the day they were filming like the Bane fight scene on the steps. We must have
Yeah.
just missed the actions because all the actors were walking like through alongside the one museum. We're at a red light. And I'm like, this is fucking Batman.
Yeah.
This is fucking Batman. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what building?
Yeah.
Like, I kind of lost track. I'm like, what building is this? We like go and turn. You can see like the columns and all this fake snow is July.
Really?
I'm like, oh my God. And you have to wait, like 2 years or however long to even
Before they
see
do.
the scene. Yeah. And I'm like,
Right.
I'm losing track. I'm like, were they on the side or were they on the steps? And then of course the fight scene happens. I'm like, this is just like a Pittsburgh jerk-off movie.
Yeah.
The whole thing is just, they didn't even try to make it, it's gone. They didn't get rid of anything, change anything. It's just flat out like Lawrenceville, the stadium. You got the Heinz Ward jersey said Ward. I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, they're kind of breaking the fourth wall. Like, obviously, Heinz Ward, you see his face and his jersey. He's 86. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, that's fine. It's the stadium, and then Heinz Ward is there. The Steelers are not here, but okay, fine. Fuck it. That's fine with me. All right, let's take some of these.
Awesome.
Let's see what the questions people are asking.
Yeah, heck yeah. Let's do it, man.
Do you play any instruments?
Guitar. I do. I play a
Nice.
little guitar. I let the guys take it. We're lucky, man. We actually have two lead guitar players in our band.
Jeez.
And it's just, man, they're kick ass. Eric and Ryan, man, they're awesome. So yeah, I play a little guitar. I wish I played more, to be honest with you. I really do. But when I was a kid wanting to learn something, I didn't have the attention span to sit still. I always wanted to be.
It's a lot of us.
Be outside. I did. I just wanted to be outside throwing ball.
Yeah.
Playing hockey and shit like that. But yeah, I play a little guitar. I can hold my own for a little bit. And fuck you, Jason. I can play a little bit of guitar.
You're fired.
Yeah.
Do you ever play? Do you ever play in Virginia? Next question is: do you ever play in Virginia?
I have. We played at Roanoke, Virginia, at a place called Sidewinders. We played there a couple times. We've actually had to cancel the next couple ones because of things coming up with families and travel over the next couple months. We just were very busy. And but yes, we're going to be hopefully get back down to Roanoke, Virginia here at a place called Sidewinders. Awesome place. Very cool place. So yeah, we love Virginia. It's a good time.
Do you have a favorite venue?
Being biased up here in Pittsburgh, definitely Jurgles.
Yeah.
I just love their layout. How everybody's upstairs out around you, and then you have the floor right in front of you, and yeah, you can even have the the people sitting over in the dining room side and the bar. I just really like it. But outside of Pennsylvania, we played a place called Whiskey Cowgirl down in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and that joint is awesome. They have swim up like
Oh,
swim up
nice.
bar and a pool
Jeez.
outside, like 3 fire pits, outside bar, and then inside they have like the mechanical bull in the back.
Oh, man.
It's really neat. It's really, really cool. We're there on the 29th of July, so we're about to go back down there real soon.
Nice.
So it's always
There you go.
Yeah.
When will Raise the Roof be available on Spotify?
Raise the Roof, man. It will be dropping this Friday, July 21st at 8 p.m. Like I was saying, we have a really big show out at Lazy Acre Campground in Zanesville, Ohio that night. So we wanted to tie that in with the single releasing. So it'll be on July 21st, this Friday at 8 p.m. And I can't wait for y'all to hear it. We're very lucky to cut that one. That's for sure.
Is that the biggest thing coming up, you think?
Yeah, for sure. This is the first single I have truly released that's brand new in about 8 years. So,
oh, cool.
It's we have a producer, Mr. Joe West. Joe West, weirdly enough, he lives down in Nashville, Tennessee. He has written 3 #1 hits for Keith Urban, Toby Keith,
Damn.
and Jimmy Wayne, and has had multiple cuts through the Nashville scene over the last however many years. My goodness.
Right.
But Joe West is actually from Ambridge, Pennsylvania, the next town over from where I grew up, and
nice.
he went to Ambridge, and after he left, the Beaver County, he went up to New York and started. He was on. Remember, what was it? B2K Bump 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 with a Marion. You remember that song?
Ooh, no.
Am
I too old?
No. This
okay.
was like back in the early 2000s.
Maybe to hear.
You definitely would hear.
Yeah.
And then he also did. He produced Hanson, the trio boy band, MMMBop.
He produced MMMBop?
Yeah. He was on the second production of that song as well, and then he moved to Nashville and has been kicking ass down in the country world, and he's won 2 Grammys as well, and we're just very, very lucky to be working with him. And if it wasn't for Jason reaching out to him, because he met him before, he just on a whim, he's like, I'm gonna hit him up, see what he says, and he answered Jason back in a matter of minutes and was like, give me a call. Why do you want to work with me? Like, you could work with anybody.
Yeah.
Why me? And we went down to his studio right behind his house, and beautiful studio. And we had a song that we wanted to cut, and we wanted to try to think. We wanted to cut this one song, which we love, and we did record it. But Joe was like, we have this one song that I have. I think it would fit you guys.
Ooh.
Why don't you give it a listen? He goes, and don't worry about it. We'll make it your way. And we were listening to it from like 30 seconds in, not even 30 seconds. I was like, we got to cut this song. Like we have to cut it. So he was like, guys, it's all yours if you want to. So we went back down to Nashville and
hell yeah.
been able. Yeah, and here we are. This coming Friday, we are releasing it. Can't wait.
It's a big deal. Congrats.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much.
New stuff's always so much fun too.
It is, and it's. I mean, with social media these days, you got to be really on top of your game, and being social media literate, I swear. That's been the hardest part for me, is to posting every day or posting multiple times a week. Like, I'm be the first one to admit it. Like, I feel like I'm a 60-year-old man that just doesn't want anything to do with social media or anything like that.
Yeah.
Not saying that I hate
Yeah.
it, but I have other things going on where
Yeah.
I sometimes forget about it. So I gotta, stay on top of it. But yeah, I mean, I can't wait for you guys to hear Raise the Roof. I'm super excited for it. It's been probably the most fun experience I've had in a studio with working with all the guys. The guys in the band, when you hear the song, they played the song. And I've never had that before. We've always had session players, and I
Oh,
would
no
just
way.
show up. Yeah, I would just show up
Yeah.
and sing the parts. So yeah, it's really cool, really cool. A lot of long weekends, a lot of miles on the
Late
van.
nights. Yeah, right.
Late nights, late nights sleeping in, 4 or 5 hotels in a weekend just to get from point A to point B to point C. But it's one of those things. 10, 20 years down the road, it's that was
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
You'll never
Memory
forget it.
almost
Yeah, for
to do.
sure.
Right. Even if something doesn't happen with it, it's been a dream come true, to be honest with you. So
Hell yeah. Well, good shit, man.
thanks,
This has been
brother.
great.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks.
you coming on and hanging out. And I always tell people a few minutes, but boy, the longer you talk, the better these things are. You get a lot more people coming and hanging. We've had some one-word answer people. We'll leave it at that.
Right. Right.
We're 8 minutes in. I'm sweating. I'm like, I don't have that much. I want to hang. I want to,
Right.
bullshit. So yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah,
And
real good shit.
thank you so much for having me, man. This is great. Hopefully we can do it again, and we'll definitely stay in touch. I truly appreciate you having me on, man.
Yeah, and look at you, not social media, and you're on here on Instagram Live, taking questions. Like answering questions, talking to people. Yeah, so you got it.
Hey, I appreciate it, brother, and hope everybody goes and listens to Raise the Roof on Friday, and please let me know what you guys think, and hopefully be on here again and bullshit to you, because that was fun. So
Nice.
thank you so much.
And
I appreciate it, brother.
Absolutely. And everybody, I'm starting this St. Jude fundraiser here in a week or two, and the information's on the top of the Instagram page. Some family already kicked in some loot. I'm trying to get a few grand over that way, and you'll see what I have to do to actually get that money. So it'll be funny.
Cool.
It'll be funny enough. I'll just say that I'm not in the best shape, and all of August is going to kick my ass to raise money for some kids.
Hey, that's all right, man.
Yep.
You got it.
Bring it. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
Hey, man, anytime. Thank you again. We truly appreciate it, brother.
You got it. All right, guys.
All right, brother. You guys
see you later.
Take it easy. Peace.